Shall I start, sir?
Yes, please.
Okay. Respected dignitaries, the boisterous and proactive conveners of this cluster activity, honorable coordinators, esteemed resource persons, technical staff, and my dear students. A very pleasant morning to one and all who have converged virtually for the 12th day of the 2-week online classes 2021-22. On the syllabus of BA Semester 4 Compulsory English prescribed by Rashtrasanta Tukadoji Maharaj, Nagpur University, Nagpur, jointly organized by the Departments of English of Barrister Sheshrao Wankhede Mahavidyalaya Mohpa, Nabira Mahavidyalaya Katol, Dr. M.K. Umathe College, Nagpur, and Jawaharlal Nehru Arts and Commerce and Science College, Wadi, Nagpur. I, Dr. Vaishali Meshram, Assistant Professor of English at Dr. M.K. Umathe College, Nagpur, feel honored today to welcome you all on this 12th day of 2-week Knowledge Fest. Storytelling is a useful skill that everyone must have. Even if we aren't a writer, incorporating elements of a story within lessons, presentations, or even sell pitches can be a great way to help people understand and connect with what you are telling them. To elaborate more on this topic, we have with us a notable story writer, a sagacious and a versatile scholar, Dr. Sunil Kumar Navin sir, in our midst today. Dr. Navin sir is extending his worthy services as a principal at Nabira Mahavidyalaya Katol. Dr. Sunil Kumar Navin, principal Nabira Mahavidyalaya Katol, Nagpur, was born in Khagaria, Bihar. He received his doctorate in English literature from Nagpur University. Under his supervision, 13 scholars have been awarded doctorate degrees so far. He was conferred upon the University Best Teacher Award in 2016. He has completed 2 UGC-funded minor research projects and a major research project. Besides, he has presented a pretty good number of research articles in national and international seminar, conferences, and journals. Dr. Navin has published 2 collections of poems, I Will Ride My Cycle and Other Poems, and A Child's Prayer and Other Poems. He has published a collection of short stories, Closed Doors and Other Stories, Abandoned Marriage, and many other stories is in the offing. He has translated a Hindi play into English, and the name of the play is And God Became a Stone. His stories and poems are studied in various courses of Nagpur University. He has also, to his credit, a book edited by him, Multiplexity of Post-Colonialism. He was the chairman of Board of Studies in Languages and has been executive committee member of Association of Nagpur Studies of India. We are extremely delighted to have you here with us today, sir. I accord an affable welcome to you. Without much ado, I now invite today's notable resource person and story writer, of course, Dr. Sunil Kumar Navin sir, for his scholarly presentation. Today, sir will be dealing with a story writing. Dr. Sunil Kumar Navin, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Mishram. Let me share screen first. Yes. Is it clear?
Yes, sir, yes.
Thank you, Dr. Vaishali Mishram, madam. My distinguished friend, Dr. Ajit Jachak, and all students of semester 4 who have story writing in the syllabus. Friends, let me tell you that the story writing, if you put it on Google, you will have many things that you can learn from there. But I won't, or should I say, I feel like telling you on the strength of my own experiences what story writing is, because I have practiced myself. And one of the stories was described for BSc first year students till last year. Parveen, and even for the current session, the wall has been prescribed for BBA and BCCA students. Dear friends, writing a story is one thing, and holding a session on story writing is altogether different. And as I have just said, that as a practitioner, I will be sharing my own experiences. And from those experiences, you can get a clue on the topic story writing. Well, one evening, I had been to my friend's house, my former head Department of English, Mr. Massey. And as I was offered a cup of tea and I was sipping it, Mr. Massey gave me a story, Blue Curtains, translated by him. In the story, there is a conflict between the orthodox mother-in-law and the modern daughter-in-law. Everything was fine between them for about 3 years. However, everything was fine, as I said. However, when Sumi, the daughter-in-law, couldn't bring forth a child even after 3 years of marriage, the mother-in-law started twitching her nose. She started finding faults, you see, with her. And gradually, she became supremely indifferent. And this indifference went on mounting to ill-treating and taunting her daughter-in-law even for silly mistakes. First, Sumit tolerated her mother-in-law. Sorry, am I heard? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
I am heard?
Yes,
and,
sir.
And a screen is shared?
No.
No.
Your skin is not visible, sir.
Okay, okay, just let me see. Your screen. कहाँ गया भाई?
Sir, it is in the extreme right.
It is in the extreme right. This one?
Story writing.
Yes, sir.
So you are requested to begin slideshow from the beginning.
From the beginning.
Top left-hand corner of your screen.
No, it is not coming on this screen.
From the beginning, please.
Yes, but it is not coming up.
Sir, actually, you can
extreme left
use,
corner.
yeah,
Extreme left corner.
slideshow you can use, sir.
Just above that.
Yes, sir. Yes.
From the
And
beginning. From the
from the
beginning. No, sir. Not from that. See left-hand corner. From the beginning.
first icon.
Click
Yeah.
it, please.
Okay. Is it all right?
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
ये बीच में क्या क्या आ रहा है ना, कुछ समझ में नहीं आता अजीत। ये मेरे स्क्रीन पे जो है ना, कुछ कुछ आते रहते, कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा है हमको।
जी, please go ahead with your session, sir.
Okay. So I was telling you that first Sumit tolerated her mother-in-law's indecent behavior patiently, thinking that it will end soon. But when she found that it went on mounting, she was terribly upset and eventually decided to leave home, the home where she had now no love and respect. She informed her father, who brought an auto rickshaw to take her away. And as the auto rickshaw honked, she lifted her bag. And as she was just to step out and say a final goodbye to the house, the sky suddenly turned dark and it appeared as if it would start raining soon. She was reminded of blue curtains that she had spread on the line on the terrace. She dropped her bag on the floor, ran upstairs, collected them, and folding them neatly kept on the sofa. And then again she lifted her bag to go away. Now this time her mother-in-law came forward, held her hand, and penitently pleaded her to come inside and not to leave home. Betty, I am sorry for my indifference to you. Don't leave your home. You are the queen of the house. The story ends with the two women embracing each other and shedding tears. Friends, the end of this story arrested my imagination so powerfully that for weeks I remained in the world of this story. A story is about the final impression that it leaves on the reader's minds. And I am reminded of Edgar Allan Poe, what he said about a short story. According to him, a short story must have a single mood, and every sentence must build towards it. Let me share with you another incident that captured my imagination, and this time for a month long. Well, I was invited, you see.
Make post.
Yes? Hello? Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Well, I was invited to take interview uh, for selecting a teacher for the post of English teacher for Sumitra English Medium Public School, Babai, near Hoshangabad. There appeared a fairly tall woman having Greek features, a sharp pointed nose, big eyes, thin and tender pink lips. A light green suit made her all the more attractive, and she was very fluent in English. In fact, she reached more than 100% on the selection criteria which were fixed for the interview. We held her to be single. She was told that she would be required to stay in the hostel hired for single girls appointed. No sooner did she hear this than she burst into tears, tears oozing out her cheeks. After a while, when she was consoled, she narrated her story of sufferings inflicted at her by none but by her own husband. Her story of plight plunged me into deep shock, and I remained stupefied at the undeserved pains she had to bear. To be honest, I couldn't come out of shock for a month. Her sufferings held my imagination till I penned down on a few sheets of paper, and that was for being, and it was prescribed, you see, for many years for students of BSc first year. I firmly believe that keen observation of what is happening around us is the soul of any creative writing, be it a poem, a drama, a novel, or a story. Since a writer is sensitive to happenings around him, he chooses to respond in a mode he deems fit or he is capable of. Story writing is an art which is about a single and final impression that is at once impactful in a very powerful way. I mean, it leaves an abiding impression on the reader's minds. The writer chooses an event and then develops a structure of plot with a definite end in his mind. Accordingly, he develops a few characters around the plot whose action and dialogues will bring the desired effect. There is a unity of thought, what you say, the unity of idea, and all details are arranged to effect homogeneity, and they are supportive to the telling effect. Fact and fiction are dealt with scrupulously to make the story artistic. Fiction is woven in the structure of the plot in such a way that it appears realistic. I believe that no author keeps any theory before him while writing or while writing anything you see, which is creative. It just happens. It emerges from something that strikes the author hard and moves him deeply. I would like to narrate an incident. Long back, we had planted a sapling of guava in the open space within the compound of our house. My son watered it and pestered me every day with a question as to why the plant didn't grow fast to bear flowers and fruits. His question is every child's question. Every child wants to see the plant turning into a big tree bearing flowers and fruits. A child doesn't have that patience. Besides, he doesn't want to share fruits with anyone. With the passage of time, the sapling turns into a big tree. Now bears flowers and fruits. Bees and other insects throng the flowers. Monkeys come, dance and jump on the branches. But the son who watered the plant every day goes abroad. He doesn't remain here to enjoy the fruits. I, his father, miss him every day. His absence keeps me biting. One day, I turned this experience into a poem giving a tragic end. I would like to share it with you all. And the name of or the title of the poem is Guava Tree. Can't it grow faster? I am fed up at its slow pace. My son complained. Dejection and disappointment clearly writ large on his face. Each morn poured he a pail of water around a small guava twig, braving to come up even in hot summer. Why don't you become the next day as big as your father is? Rebuked him one day, pestered with the same silly question every day, and soon tried to console him with, "It's nature, my son, it's nature. Neither I nor anyone can make it grow faster. Wait for a few years. This small twig will suffer heat and cold and rain and storm and defeat rough weather to become a big one, to present you with sweet smelling blossoms and rich rewards of your labor and faith, which you need to share with others. For birds and beasts will come, and flies and bees too will claim their share." My son twitched his nose, I found, and he pronounced, "No, no, I will share with none. I will shoo the birds away and shoo away the beasts as well, and never allow flies to sit on them, and never the bees steal their sweet fragrance." Years rolled by. Flowers and fruits load the tree. Birds and beasts come and dance and jump, but my son is nowhere around. For one evening, while still in his mother's lap, closed his eyes after a short illness, I touch its soft petals as if I caress my son's cheeks, and when I see them smile, I look up to the heaven. I feel my son smiles through. Well, this, you see, poem has a tragic end. And this is also from my own experience. This is what I think goes into making a story as well. I don't know there could be any other formula. Details relating to the idea are woven to achieve an organic whole, an impression which strikes the chords of readers' hearts.
बेटा राजा ते फॅन बंद कर गं बेटा, खूप आवाज करतो.
Hello. Well, a good story, a good plot line, and a bit of planning goes a long way in making writing easier. A plot can be created by following a very simple structure. Well, you can give a subtitle, the hook. This needs to be in the first paragraph to grab the reader's attention. It can be a notable event or problem that resonates with readers, drawing them into the story. And any story, any creative work of art has a conflict. We will get to this again in a later point, but this can be described as tension between a character and their internal voice, or as tension between characters. Complication, well, the protagonist or characters come across obstacles they must overcome. And that is what you know as complication. And transition, characters may have the chance to overcome obstacles in their way or may find an alternative route towards their end goal. This is another device that can be used to keep the narrative moving. Well, flashback is also, it is related with the technique part. This can be used to insert past events into the story to give context to the story. It's great to use this as device, as it may help events in the story make better sense. Climax, is very important. This is the point at which you really need to start tying the threads of the story together for the conclusion. And following action as a resolution to the climax, you can create what happens after the threads have come together. the action starts to slow down towards the end. Well, these are some of the things which I wanted to share with you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your scholarly, enlightening, wonderful, and excellent and resourceful session, sir. The way you dealt with the topic was indeed amazing. I'm sure that our students as well as our teachers must have got immensely benefited by your outstanding talk. Thank you so much, sir. I now invite a person who is behind this entire fruitful session, a man who is always a continuous source of inspiration for a learner like me, Honorable Dr. Ajit Jajak, sir, to propose a formal vote of thanks. Dr. Ajit, sir, over to you. Ajit, sir? Ajit, sir, are you there?
He might have left.
Okay. So I take this opportunity to thank you, sir, wholeheartedly for sparing your wonderful, sparing your valuable time and giving such a wonderful lecture on story writing. I also wish to express my heartfelt thanks to the conveners, coordinators, and for initiating and taking this initiative to organize such wonderful sessions for students, for the benefit of students. I also wish to thank students for attending the session in large number. And I feel I will be failing in my duties if I do not thank the technical staff of this online classes. So I thank them wholeheartedly for helping us to conduct this session without any glitch. Thank you so much, and I take your leave. Thank you all once again. Have a great day ahead. Thank you. Ajik sir, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Please end the session.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Navin sir. Dr. Navin. I think Dr. Navin has left.
Yes, sir. He is not there.
Okay, okay. I'll end the session.
Mm.